Welcome. Sorry about my mood. As I wrote under the last video, a lot of stuff happened. I'm thinking about stuff, and the only two states I can be in right now. Obviously, I'm trying to keep it together when I'm with other people, but here I let it all out. Well, I'm either sad or angry, and it's not like good, controllable anger. It's like hate and resentment. So I guess I stay with sad. So just a quick heads up what I experienced. As a child, I was thinking about my stuff, about life, about people, how it's all working together, like what are the mechanisms of interactions and stuff, or what are the intentions of people. Yeah, I'm kind of stagnating on that front, but I've also had in first grade or second grade, I was really fast, the fastest in class. That doesn't mean much because at school you are unfortunately tied to a bunch of other kids, but I'm trying to say the quality isn't really. School is more a quantity thing, so that doesn't say much. I was just the fastest in adding and subtracting and stuff like that, even in the hundreds and thousands, which is a little bit harder. And after that, we had other stuff in math. I was okay-ish with that. But now, as an adult, I'm 22, I really had to snap back to reality. I don't know how else to say it. There goes the shout out. I had to face the fact that I couldn't do that in my head. I just could. I did it. I thought I did. I was confident, and I subtracted and added falsely. Like, I made huge mistakes, and I didn't know that. I was just how I found out. I had a few occasions where it was needed in life, actually, and well, I didn't get the results from that, so that wasn't the feedback really. But when I fact checked myself if it was correct, I came to the conclusion, I miscalculated everything basically. What? How can I do that? I was so good at this. Well, I lost the ability that I had as a child. I didn't really practice it, and I just lost it in my early adulthood. So now I had to practice again to subtract and make additions in the hundreds and thousands, because I failed at that. I was slow also, and my mind was fogged. It's sadly incredible. Also, I was in kindergarten, one of the fastest kids. That doesn't say much again, but I was. Let's take that for a fact. And I also could change directions quickly, so people tripped over, but I didn't. You know, it's kindergarten, we were playing catch. And I got a phone, my first phone at like 13, 14. And all I did from that point was, you know, wake up, go to school, come back from school, lay in my bed and be on my phone watching stuff. That's all I did for years. I didn't do much else. And I lost all my, I don't know how we should call it, my running abilities or something. You know, later in life, in like 3-4 years, let's say 2-3 years after 13 and 14, so I was 16, 17, 15 even, I was running in PE, in physical education class, and I didn't have the stamina. I had here on my forehead, I was like not convulsing but palpating, probably also not, like pumping. I felt a pump. I lost the ability to. I went from, you know, being the fastest kid, okay, let's just say it that way, to someone who has no stamina and can't run. It's incredible how the use it or lose it principle in biology works. So, this is the warning for you. If you had any special abilities, in quotations, any special abilities, as a child, you grow up and you lose them. So you have to take the ego hit, accept it, and practice again, so you get into the cycle. It's really humbling, but you can't ignore it, because otherwise, you know, you grow up, you grow older, you become this rigid, stiff, narrow-minded, typical average people when you look around older people. So don't do that. It's just fair warning, it will happen if you don't practice for years. It's very surprising, but accept it. I've done it. I fully accept it. I even admit it. You don't have to admit it. You just have to admit it to yourself. You have to go back to your, not your roots, but your beginnings, the very basic stuff, and learn that again. It's very humbling. It's also good. Alright? What else? And if you feel like you're smart growing up, like I did, a little bit, you go to university, you grow up, and you'll just see yourself failing. Like, if you are studying something moderate or hard in university, that's a huge leap from school to university. It's also incredibly humbling, and the other people are around your level. It's something to just keep track of, you know. Don't flatter yourself when you're young. Don't flatter yourself when you're young. You didn't earn anything. You were born with, you know, your brain capacity and, you know, with your athleticism. You were born with it. You didn't do anything for it. And then you lose it if you don't do anything against it. So, when you're young, gotta stay humble. Can't have the ego, can't have just a little bit confidence. You can't be overconfident. You can't. You have to learn, even well in your 20s, I should know. I have to tell that to myself every day or every time. It's a long journey, and you will only have the result at the end. That's how also work works. You know, before work, you have nothing related to the work. You have nothing. Maybe you need it, so you work for it. During the work, you are exhausted and you don't have time. And only after the work is done, you reap the benefits. You get the results. Alright? Later.